Welcome to the Pitchfork podcast for April 24th, 2021. If you guys like the stream, hit like button, hit share button. Make sure you let other people know that I run this stream and I run this podcast for you guys. And we're going to get into how it created super athletes and some of the muscular build that happened to some of the descendants of the slaves over time. And I want to kind of explain it. To kind of get the history of slavery in terms of that. And I'm going to be using a lot of my home state of South Carolina to kind of explain that story. But without further ado, let's get into some bad cop, no donut. There is one special story that I want to give to you guys. It's going to be, oh my God. It's going to be something else that you just haven't seen before. It's this story in terms of bad cop, no donut. It is my spirit animal. This story is my spirit animal. In terms of bad cop, no donut, this story is my spirit animal. All right. This story, it does something to me on a physical level. It makes me very happy to see it. It validates me things that I've said. So let's go ahead and test our soundboard real quick first before we get into the story. So, oh my God. That's one. Let's make sure we cut that off real quick.
You're about to experience a nigga moment. That's bullshit. Stop lying.
Enough from the clown. Seems to me a strange thing. Nigga, that's that bullshit.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
I love that. I love that clip. That's so funny to me. Make that a little bigger. Make that a little bigger. We're going to do a live edit of this. Let's go ahead and test the rest of it.
It was Antifa, right?
Give your meat a good old rub.
It's testing our soundboard
Nice
before we get
and
into the main story.
Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
I'll tell you what.
Bruh.
So we're going to get into this story, into this spicy meatball. This spicy meatball. Let's go ahead and set it up first. Let's see if we got any advertisements first. As I thought, there's some advertisements. So let's go ahead and let that play first before we do the live edit. How you guys doing today? I'm Devil's Advocate. We'll be doing a live edit of this segment of Bad Cop, No Donut. And all right, so all right, so let's go back here. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get the live edit going. It's gonna be a very, very interesting one. This story is gonna be wild. I'm telling you, it's gonna be wild. All right, let's get into the story. Let's go ahead and take me a sip real quick. All right, so I got a bad cop, no donut for you today. This one's kind of spicy. Oh my God. Let me go ahead and tell you, before we get into this.
You're about to experience a nigga moment.
Could damaged police issue SUV be behind officers' investigation? So a husband and wife couple, the Papiers, they are two high-ranking city of Miami police officers that have been relieved of duty. Deputy Chief Ronald Papier and his wife, Commander Nerly Papier, were taken off duty pending an internal affairs investigation. According to a source, the investigation involves the commander's police SUV. In a photograph obtained by local 10 News, the vehicle in question appears to have damaged tires and rims. A letter obtained by local 10 News sent to city officials alleges Commander Papier crashed into a curb and her husband covered it up. Wow. What? That's...
Nigga, that's that bullshit.
Wow. So this is gonna get crazier. So Deputy Chief Papier was most recently the city's interim police chief before the announcement of Chief Art Acevedo's hiring. Commander Papier is a neighborhood enhancement team commander in Little Havana. She was honored in March for Women's History Month. Miami police have not said what led to the couple being placed on leave. A police spokesperson would not confirm or detail any allegations against the pair. So a husband and wife police crew have both been relieved of duty. Not just on leave, they were relieved of duty. This is a little bit spicier than you're just saying, hey, this is just just some cops accused of things. This is Florida. This is Miami. They don't just do this. There's more to the story, and I'm telling you, there's actual video, and I want to see this video. This video looks awfully spicy. It looks, oh my God, it looks spicy. I want to see this. This should be just magically delicious. It should be like a box of Lucky Charms, just magically delicious.
Miami with details on what
Miami police officers relieved of duty.
The two are on administrative leave. One of them is actually a deputy chief.
Wow.
Trent Kelly is live in Miami with details on what happened here.
Well, Andrew and Sanella, for now, the police department itself is not releasing much information at all about the substance of these allegations. But according to a source, we're told all of this has to do with an incident involving one of the officers' SUVs.
So basically, the husband, the wife, Nerly Papier, she, the husband crashed his police SUV, and the wife tried to cover it up. That's basically what I understand about the story so far. So let's continue, because it's just, this is why when people say stuff like, just go to the police, or the police wouldn't just cover things up, you're not only seeing it, but you're seeing it in the most comical way possible. This story is fucking ridiculous. There's just no other way to put it. It's fucking ridiculous.
Two high-ranking Miami police officers suddenly relieved of duty. Two high-ranking Miami police officers suddenly relieved of duty.
Happened here.
Well, and
see, so we gotta just do a little bit of editing here. Little editing. I do want to see this video. That's why I want to refresh this page. It's an ad here. That's why I'm so glad I can do live edits now. So let's see.
Ronald Papier and his wife, Commander Nerly Papier, are now under an
second in command and a commander are both relieved of duty because they covered up damage towards a police SUV. That is, I mean, could you imagine a more ridiculous story? Could you imagine a more ridiculous story? I mean, just when you think the cops can't be any worse, just when you think the cops can't just be any more scumbags, man, just when you're looking for reasons to not say ACAB, this stuff happens. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, so that's one live edit done. Let's go ahead and read a comment here from Bonfox. Bonfox, welcome to the chat. I salute you. All right, Bonfox. Hey, yo, I missed the stream on Derek Chauvin's sentencing, but I was feeling the same about it. Yeah, I was feeling kind of emotional about it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll be honest with you. That last story, that kind of broke me, man. Like, that is so ridiculous. How do you cover? That is unbelievable. But we're gonna get into some more stuff in a second here. So, is it a story out of North Carolina that I want to cover? It's going to be one more bad cop, no donut. All right, there's a story out of North Carolina, another bad cop, no donut. Andrew Brown, the Andrew Brown shooting. 7 North Carolina deputies placed on leave. Family of 42-year-old said they met with Elizabeth City Sheriff, but were not shown body camera footage of his death. And that is very, very suspicious. Whenever a family is seeking footage of their loved one being killed, you know, it just makes sense to me that you would just release that footage. But you know how it goes. You know, whenever it's a shooting of a person who, let's just say, has a darker pigment, there's always some dubious circumstances. Have you quite noticed that? I've noticed that. And Pepper's Farms has definitely noticed that. After 7 North Carolina deputies were placed on leave over the death of Andrew Brown Jr., an African-American man shot during the serving of a drug-related warrant, authorities in Elizabeth City added to calls for body camera footage to be released. Reports have said Brown, 42, was shot in the back on Wednesday as he tried to drive away. In a press conference on Friday, the Pasquotank County Sheriff Tommy Wooten II expressed condolences to Brown's family and pledged that if any deputies are found to have violated laws or policies, they will be held accountable. Wooten confirmed that at least one deputy was wearing an active body camera. No timetable was given for release of that footage. Under North Carolina law, a judge must sign off on release of body camera footage, but the law also says anyone can file a petition seeking its release. News outlets have filed a petition to a local judge. So again, you got to file petitions to have it released. Again, if anytime a state soldier, anytime a public employee, a public official, a government employee, a police officer, a correctional officer, an EMT, or paramedic, anyone that has a position of power over someone's life at any given moment, that should be released to the public. I think most people in those positions would actually agree, because I think that many of those people are good at their jobs, especially the EMTs and paramedics. And so that would clear them up. You know, that would show the public what kind of courageous work that they do. But when it comes to police officers, it's just like cameras are to them what silver is to a damn vampire or a goddamn werewolf. You know, they always claim, well, we want to wear our body camera footage, but you notice that they always turn them off, or the body camera is suddenly out of battery power, or it was conveniently pointed a different way, or the officer who does the shooting doesn't even have a freaking body camera on, or when you do no-knock warrants, there's no body camera, there's no footage of it. It's very strange how that works out. You know, I find that very, very odd, don't you?
Enough from the clown.
It just seems to me, you know, that's some clown shit. That's some real clown shit. And, you know,
It seems to me a strange thing.
it's a very, very strange thing. It's a very, very strange thing how that works out. So, the Brown family said they met with authorities but were not shown the footage. At a press conference on Saturday, officials, including Betty Parker, the mayor of Elizabeth City, joined calls for more information to be released. Parker said her lawyers had asked for the footage. We were told by our attorney that more than likely we'll not get it, she said, adding that she wanted the law surrounding disclosures of body camera footage changed as quickly as possible. The Elizabeth City manager, Montre Freeman, said he would hope and trust the sheriff's office release more information. Hope and trust. Hope and trust.
It seems to me a strange thing.
How do you have politicians, the general public, you have the news media all filing for disclosure, and yet there is a delay? Well, we got to get the footage ready. No. Just hand over the goddamn body camera. We'll download it and we'll hand it back right in front of you. Have one of your officers observe it. Give the footage over immediately. Someone's loved one is dying. Someone's loved one is dead right now. Someone's loved one right now is dead right now. Someone's loved one is gone, and you have not given them an explanation as to why. They want to see footage. You said there is footage, so hand over the footage. I'm trying with everything in me to believe that they're going to do the right thing, Freeman said. I truly believe that the sheriff will, once that information is ready. But time is truly of the essence, and I'm going to just focus on protecting people as we work through this process. Wooten has said deputies, including a tactical team, were attempting to serve drug-related search and arrest warrants when Brown was shot. Nearby Dare County issued arrest warrants for Brown on drug-related charges including possession with intent to sell cocaine. Brown had a criminal history dating to the 1990s, including drug convictions. So again, it's a bunch of drug war nonsense. This man is being demonized for a bunch of drug war nonsense. I don't care if you do cocaine or you sell it. I don't care. The same way that people in the Rust Belt should not be demonized for doing opioids or even selling it, same way I'm saying it here. The drug war is stupid, and this man has lost his life. Was basically about to have his constitutional rights violated. Cops were going to rush into his home like goddamn stormtroopers over drugs. How much of my tax dollars and your tax dollars have been spent on going after goddamn drugs and people selling drugs and doing drugs? How many people in prison right now are locked up when their only crime is doing some drugs or selling them? Do you give a damn if someone sells some drugs or do drugs at this point in time when the government shuts down businesses, causes you to lose your job, causes your business to fucking go under, cause people to kill themselves? Children got them locked up. Do you give a shit what someone does to make ends meet at this point in time in history? Do you care? I don't care. I don't care if you sell drugs. I don't care if you are a goddamn prostitute. Because I'm not a goddamn bootlicker. I'm not a goddamn bootlicker. This man died for nothing, and that's why they are delaying with handing over the goddamn body camera footage. That's why they are delaying it. That's why they are delaying it. Recordings of scanner traffic compiled by broadcastify.com include emergency personnel indicating Brown was shot in the back. In the back? Wait a minute. So this man was shot in the back? I thought that we already set a precedent with that bullshit with freaking Walter Scott. You don't shoot people in the back. An eyewitness has said deputies fired as he tried to drive away. A car removed from the scene appeared to have multiple bullet holes and a shattered back window. So wait a minute. So he was trying to drive away, right? Selling drugs does not inherently make you dangerous. They were serving a warrant for him selling drugs, not for him raping somebody, not for him killing somebody. For drugs. You know, what if he was one of those people? Yeah, sure, he has a criminal history. But what if during this period he had a job, and because of the government shutting down the whole damn U.S. economy, especially a lot of these local state and these small towns, they shut down your business. It caused you to lose money on your damn payrolls. So you gotta cut people. What if he was one of those people who was just at this point in time getting his life right, and he just lost his job, and he said, "Well, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing then. I tried to be honest, and the government fucked me over." There is nothing more American than that in this moment right now. And they shot this man because he was running. In scanner recordings, a woman refers to the address where the warrant was served and can be heard to say, "We are responding. Law enforcement on scene advises shot fired. Law enforcement on scene advises shots fired. Need emergency medical services." A male voice says EMS has got one male, 42 years of age, gunshot to the back. We do have viable pulse at this time. Wow. And there's even more here. I'm very curious about this story because I think it's gonna become something here. Someone then says first responders were trying to resuscitate the man. Wooten, the district Wooten, the district attorney, and the state medical examiner have yet to respond to requests for comment on the scanner recordings. North Carolina's Bureau of Investigation also declined to comment. Brown's death came just days after the former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was convicted of murder in the death of George Floyd, in amid national controversy over the police shooting deaths of Daunte Wright, 20 in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, and on April the 11th, and Micaiah Bryant, 16, in Ohio on Tuesday. In Elizabeth City on Thursday, protesters demanded to be told why deputies opened fire in a residential area. That's very true. They fired a shot in a freaking school zone, said Quentin Jackson, regional director for the National Black Caucus of local elected officials. When does this stop? When does this stop? I gotta ask the same question, man. When does this stop? Unbelievable. You shot the man in the back. You didn't mention any recovery of any kind of weapons, right? And you just killed this man. Unbelievable, man. You still got this shit going on now. Unbelievable. Yeah, I know I'm going to have to do a lot of editing there. I did some stuttering. I was getting mad there because it's like, again, you could just sense the bullshit. You could just smell the bullshit there. Anyways, guys, how you doing? We're pushing the show along. Let me have myself a sweet and salty, chewy granola bar. I eat a lot of granola bars these days, and I drink a lot of water these days. Keep my energy up. Ah, delicious. So, I got an exercise tip for you. If you want to lose weight quickly, what you want to do is focus on running. And it's even if you can't necessarily keep the running going, just run for as long as you can and just stay outside and just keep pushing. Running makes you lean. And if you're really, really big and fat, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I was really, really big at 1.2. That's fine. You're still human. Doesn't make you any less of a person. But if you want to change that, remember, when you initially lose weight, you start running, you're going to lose a lot of weight very, very quickly. But it's when you hit that plateau that you're going to see the biggest challenge. You know, like let's say you like 300 pounds, losing your first 80 is not going to be hard. Losing more, that's going to be a challenge. $4.20, smoke them if you got them. $4.20, smoke them if you got them. By the way, guys, if you ever see me with this thing, it's called a sploof, right? So if you're on indoors of an apartment complex or the house, you don't want it brings a smell. All you do is take some dryer sheets and some paper towels and some rubber bands. You can make this pretty easily. And it keeps your place from smelling like wheat, obviously. So just a little tip for you before we get into the rest of the show. There are some stories I do want to cover that I missed yesterday. So there were a few stories that I want to cover that were pretty interesting. So there's another bad cop, no donut in this major news. Major news that I want to cover. Derek Chauvin is back in the news. Derek Chauvin is back in the news. This time, though, something different. All right. There you go. Derek Chauvin is back in the news again. All right, let's get into it. This story is unbelievable. So I got a bad cop, no donut for you, and it involves Derek Chauvin. But this time he brutalized somebody else. Now, I want to see all of the Blue Lives Matter people defend him now because he's under investigation for another brutalizing of another black person. This time a black teenager. This actually comes from TMZ. Derek Chauvin, allegedly under investigation for brutalizing black teen, released on April 24th, which is today as a recording of this video. So we're going to get into this. Let's go down and get into this. Derek Chauvin faces 40 years behind bars for murdering George Floyd, but that may be just the beginning because there's another incident that is eerily similar to the killing of Floyd. Authorities have received video of Chauvin allegedly brutalizing a 14-year-old black teen, and the feds are now on the case. The incident occurred in 2017, and the video allegedly shows Chauvin violently subduing the teen, viciously striking him in the head with such force he needed stitches to close the wound. Whoa. So there's a history here. Chauvin allegedly held him down on the ground with his knee for 17 minutes, and he gasped for air, oblivious to the teen's cry that he couldn't breathe. One of the prosecutors said there's another similarity with the two cases. Those videos show a far more violent and forceful treatment of this child than Chauvin describes in his police report. The incident is now under investigation. Federal prosecutors reportedly have convened a grand jury to review the case. So they've actually convened a grand. Wow. So this actually has some legs. This actually has legs, bro. This actually has legs. The incident did not escape state prosecutors who tried to introduce evidence of the incident in the trial that just ended to show a pattern of brutality. The judge turned thumbs down on that request. So the judge refused to hear this video. This judge refused to hear this video. We could have known about this sooner had it not been for that damn judge. As for the specifics of the 2017 incident, a woman had called police for help after she said she was attacked by her 14-year-old son and daughter. When Chauvin arrived, he ordered the boy to get on the ground. And when he refused, Chauvin allegedly hit him with a flashlight as he grabbed his throat. The now former cop allegedly used a neck restraint that he held for so long that the teen lost consciousness. A prosecutor who reviewed the video says 8 minutes, and Chauvin changed positions and put his knee on the teen's back for another 9 minutes. Wow. It is unclear if the incident will result in another criminal prosecution. What in the hell? So he did this to a freaking teenager? The same position? And the teen lost consciousness. He punched his teenager so hard, right? Hit him with a flashlight. Punched him so hard that he needed stitches. A teenager, a 14-year-old. A grown man did that to a 14-year-old. And there are people out there defending this man. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable that you would defend this man. Disgusting. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. I that's all I can stand. Guys, thank you for joining me today. Horns up, peace out, good night, and good luck. I can't do it anymore today. That's pissed me off way too bad.